How's it going? My name's John with Blackberry Productions and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the tint on my 2024 Tesla Model 3 Performance and what's been going on with that. But first, super quick, there's two things. One, I wanted to thank my first Patreon, Jeff, for joining the Patreon. You can learn more about that in the description below, but essentially you get a number of perks as part of being a Patreon for the channel, and you're also supporting me as a small creator. So definitely check that out in the link in the description below. Second, I wanted to give you some quick backstory on the installation of my tint, because I did make a video about that a little while ago. This might have been at least, I don't know, maybe like 10 videos ago at this point. So I just want to get new viewers caught up on that whole process. So quick backstory about the tint for the Tesla. I got the tint done at a local shop in the Garland, Texas area. It's called 888 PDR, and I went with XPEL Nano Ceramic Tint, which is, I want to say that's the most premium tint out there, and it happened to be a brand that they were sponsored by, so that's all they had there in terms of options as far as I know. But anyway, I met some good folks there. I met the owner, and I also met the person that put the tint on the car, and I was able to film the process while they were putting the tint on. For the tint itself, I went with 20% on all of the rear windows. So that's the passenger window, the driver's window, and the two rear windows. And I went with 20% tint on those. And for the front windshield, I did 50%. I left out tinting the top glass just because I heard there was so many problems online with folks tinting the top of the glass for their Teslas, because what happens is supposedly the heat gets trapped between the tint film layer and the glass, causing it to crack over time. I don't know how true that is, but I just didn't want to risk it on a brand new car, so I didn't do that. The total cost for materials and labor was around $350, which was a pretty good deal, and it still is a good deal despite anything I have to say in this video. So I definitely wanted to give a personal thanks to the 888 PDR team for making it happen, and overall I think you guys did a great job on both my PPF and the tint. But there are some issues with those, and I want to talk about it in this video. So without further ado, here is the truth about this tint. The truth is it's not perfect, and there's some obvious problem areas in the tint. So instead of just talking about it, let's head out to the Tesla and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I'll be showing a closer look at those imperfections and some wear that's already started to show up on the tint film through the months that I've had it so far. This way you'll have a rough idea of what to expect at this price point if you're considering tint for your 2024 Tesla Model 3 Performance. All right, so we're actually in the garage now, and I'm actually using a different device today. It's called the Osmo Pocket 3. I heard about this on Instagram and everyone seems to have one, so I think I might start making some videos with it. But anyway, here's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to close this so you can see it, but you can see here there's like a tear. I'm gonna see if I can focus in on that. I'll just like zoom in here. Not sure if you could see that, but if you can't, I'm just gonna post a screenshot. But there's a slight tear in the actual tint itself, and you can only see it when the window is fully rolled up. The other thing is that there's some fuzz on the glass on the front windshield, which is very distracting. It's something I actually noticed day one when I got the car back, and I sent the car back to them, but the fuzz is still on there, and it actually looks even worse than what it did before I sent it back. But it's very fine. It's hard to pick up on camera, but trust me, it's there. It looks like almost like little hairs that are going across the glass here, and they're like right here in this direction. You can't really see it that well, but I'm gonna put a picture so you can see it a little bit more clear. The other thing is the rear window. So I'm gonna get out here so you can see that. Hopefully you should be able to see this. But essentially there's like some bubbling here. It's hard to get in focus, but you can see there's some bubbling going all along there. And it's only on the edges of the glass here. I'm not sure like what happened there, but again, if you can't really see it that well, I'll put some pictures so you can see it a little bit better. But those are essentially the imperfections I mentioned. The other stuff aligns to the PPF on this car, and PPF is actually one of the other things that I considered putting on this car while I was putting on the tint, so I had the same shop do that as well. And this is the problems with the PPF. So you can see here how it's lifting here. It's been like this since I got the car back, which was like months ago at this point, but it's lifting right here and it just doesn't look good. The other thing is, you probably can't see it that well, but there's lifting on the edges all along here. And again, I'll just put a picture so you can see that a little bit better. And then the other thing is, I'm pretty sure the PPF is supposed to be installed like over this part as well. And it actually stops right here. So I feel like there's some PPF missing there. And then the other thing is that there's not any PPF on the headlights. So that is completely missing. And that's something that we talked about when we were talking about the things that need to be done in terms of PPF on this car with this specific shop. And also the edges on the front part isn't like, they aren't the best, like the best cut. Like there's some areas like on this other side that looks completely flawless. But then you go over to the front, it looks like the edges are a little bit more rougher. So like along here, can't really see it that well, but there's some bubbling, some edges lifting, slight edge lifting in the front, but it's not really as bad as it is on the side over here on this quarter panel. So definitely gonna have to get that redone. So overall, with the imperfections that I found, I still think the tint on this car was a pretty good deal for the price point. That said, I still do plan to get those sections redone at a different shop, probably when I decide to get my PPF redone. I might even save that experience for another video. So definitely let me know if you want to see more of that, more of the behind the scenes when it comes to putting tint or putting PPF on a car. But overall, I think the shop that I worked with previously, they did a decent job for the price. So I'm happy about that. What I'm not happy about is obviously just those minor imperfections that I pointed out earlier. So it's frustrating to say the least, but I'll definitely be looking for a more credible shop when I do my research around local shops that do tint and PPF in the area. So that is today's video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And if you found this informative or insightful, feel free to just leave a quick like. I definitely would appreciate that. And if you want more content like this, definitely check out my other content and consider subscribing. I make 2 Tesla videos per week, and I also do car reviews now. I still am working on my latest car review. You definitely don't want to miss that. So as soon as it's done, definitely going to share that. But if you are a Patreon, you already know what car it is. So definitely check out the Patreon in the description below if you want some more insight into that. So this has been John with Blackberry Productions, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.